Headlines say falling mortgage rates are good news for buyers. But if you're a homeowner who's thinking about selling, this shift could actually work in your favor too. Today, I want to break down what this rate movement actually means for sellers here in Western Massachusetts and Northwestern Connecticut. Hi, I'm Leslie Lambert with Park Square Realty, and you may have noticed the media telling you recently that interest rates have dropped down below 6%, and that is true. And depending on what product you're utilizing, it could be a lot lower than 6%. But this shift in the rates is a shift for both the buyers and the sellers in our area. So everyone always talks about buyers first. That's what you'll see on the mainstream news and on social media, and that's usually the national narrative. The media focuses naturally on affordability for buyers. When the rates go down, obviously the buyer has more buying power. Their payments might improve. They might qualify to buy a bigger home, a more expensive home than they could a few months ago. That shift can really move the buyers if they were on the bubble and were hoping to get a house that's maybe 20, 30,000 higher than what they'd been seeing. When the rates drop, that opens up an opportunity for them. But the seller side of the story often gets overlooked. It's not what people go for first. And it's important for sellers to understand what really happens when the rates drop, that lower rates equals more buyers, and more buyers equals more opportunity for you to sell your house. So when more buyers are getting approved at a better interest rate, then the pool of buyers increases, showings increase, and that can create a real psychological shift for the buyer. When the buyers feel the momentum returning to the real estate market, then the activity increases. It's like a fear of missing out for them. They see that more people are showing up to open houses and more people are putting in offers on homes that they found attractive. And so now they're getting a sense of urgency that they need to step up to the plate and take advantage of this rate before it's gone again. Now, the national media will tell you all kinds of things, but the information for your local market matters much more than what they are saying on the national stage. So you might have heard from the mainstream media that it's taking sellers longer to sell their houses, that prices are dropping, that it's no longer a strong seller's market. And that may be true in other parts of the country, but here in Western Massachusetts and Northwest Connecticut, it is not the case. So I wanted to share with you some figures, some actual numbers that I just pulled up today to prove to you that we still have very limited inventory and it is still quite a strong seller's market. For example, as of today, in the city of Westfield, Massachusetts, there are only 17 homes on the market, and these are just single-family homes. In the town of Southwick, there are only 10 single-family homes available. In Agawam, 17. When we move down into Connecticut, in Granby, Connecticut, there are only 10 homes available. And in Simsbury, only 18. So that tells you a lot. When the inventory is that tight, then if those homes are priced realistically, then they're going to sell. And it's important for you to remember that real estate is hyper local, not national. It can be interesting to know what's happening on the national stage, but these numbers are the real numbers for here where we live. And in most price ranges, houses are moving and it's creating a condition where even a small interest rate drop can create more competition to purchase a home. So, what this really means for you as a seller is that you have some leverage and you can really utilize it right now if you're thinking about selling. So, this can mean that you're going to have faster showings, more showings, stronger offers, fewer contingencies, better negotiating position. And this is something really important for you to consider. Lower interest rates alone don't create the leverage. Supply and demand creates the leverage. And you can take advantage of that if you put together a really attractive marketing package on a home that's presented beautifully and priced correctly. You can take advantage of your leverage in that manner. Many homeowners have been in their home for 10, 15, 20 years or more. And you might be thinking, is this my window? I've been here for 20 years. Is it the right time for me to downsize right now? Am I emotionally ready to downsize? What am I waiting for? So, when you have lived in your home for a long time, I have lived in mine for 18 years, so I understand. You do develop an emotional attachment. And sometimes you stay even when you might be better served to move. And there's a lot of reasons why people sit tight and wait it out. And I think that trying to time the market is one of those reasons why people sit. So it's time for you to consider at least that this interest rate change right now in the early spring of 2026, it might be the momentum that you've been looking for to make the big decision that it is time for you to downsize or right size or relocate to where you've been wanting to be. Some other reasons that it might make sense for you to make that move right now is the inventory. So yes, we've got the interest rate dropped and we've got buyers coming out in a higher number than we've seen for a little while. But the inventory, as I just shared with you, is still really low. So if you're even thinking about selling your home, the first step is to contact a realtor like me and have that professional visit you and talk to you about the best steps to prepare your home to get it on the market. And this is important to do even if you're not quite ready to pull the trigger and put that house on the market. It gives you the information, it gives you the clarity that you understand what your responsibilities are to make sure you maximize the home sale for the most of your equity. And also, the buyers, they're feeling confident again. And buyer confidence, we know, matters a great deal. And that timing of having a buyer pool that has the confidence combined with the lower inventory and you being prepared is the most important mixture. You can't time the market. That's not a thing. If we could time the market, every realtor would be a gajillionaire. The right time to move is when you want to or need to move. And maybe it's also when the market conditions shift enough to make those benefits increase for you and turn up your desire and temperature a little bit. Markets shift, rates shift. We know that doesn't change, but informed sellers always make better decisions than reactive sellers. And that's why I want you to get educated. If you're a homeowner in Western Massachusetts or Northwest Connecticut, and you're wondering how these changes affect your property, that's a conversation worth having. I offer more local insights at westernmahomes.net, and I'm always available for a phone call or a visit if you want to talk over your options.